Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rod Guthrie, and I'm the director of the Anatomical Gift Program here at Wright State University's Boonshoff School of Medicine. And I want to welcome everyone and say thank you for your patience. We had several postponements, but I'm glad that we're all able to be together and finally have this memorial service. Really have three goals that I want to accomplish today. One is to thank you and thank your loved ones for their donation and show our gratitude for that. But I also want to help you understand a little bit more about the Anatomical Gift Program, what our charge is, and how your loved ones affect the completion of that charge. And as we gather to celebrate the memories and the lives of your family members, it's important to remember that those we honor today have not only enriched our lives, but by making the donation of their gifts of their remains, they have enriched the lives of all those who learn from them. The anatomical gifts made by these extraordinary donors impact the lives of each one of us. The most obvious beneficiaries of these gifts are the students that are here today volunteering. You may have met them at the front door. Please know that their presence here today is a voluntary act, a tribute to your loved ones, as well as an outward expression of their gratitude. So today we honor and remember your loved ones for their unselfish act. Due to their generosity, medical students, nursing students, physicians, medical researchers, and many others have had the opportunity to learn about the structure and function of the human body. And that's what anatomy is. It is the study of the structure and function of the human body. And it is the foundation for medicine. This is the basis for virtually all medical practices. The study of the structure is essential and possible through the selfless acts of those who made their gifts of their remains to this as well as other medical schools. Dr. Nagy was a past director of this program, and he was a mentor to me, and he taught me a quote from a French pathologist, Jean Cuvier, and he wrote this in 1834, and it's very simple. Without anatomy, there can be no physiology, no surgery, and no medicine. Thousands of young students have studied and been supported with the gifts of those made by your loved ones. Someday they will use this knowledge to care for tens or even hundreds of thousands of people. So your loved ones will have the capacity to affect hundreds of thousands of other lives. And the Anatomical Gift Program here at Wright State's Boonshoff School of Medicine has been very blessed. And we are very blessed because communities and individuals from all around the state have acknowledged the need for this type of teaching and have supported us so well. Due to the support, we've been able to expand many of our teaching opportunities. So not only the medical students, the beneficiaries of these opportunities, but facial masculary surgeons, orthopedic residents, trauma teams and care flight teams from Miami Valley Hospital, spinal surgeons, and heart specialists regularly make use of these opportunities. These gifts also make it possible for training programs for nurses, emergency medical technicians, respiratory therapists, and physician's assistants. And again, all this is only possible because of the caring acts of the donors we honor today. My hope is that after today, you will see how the gift of your loved one's remains has positively impacted the lives of so many people. Please know this would not be possible without your loved ones. Your loved ones have taught these students way more than any plastic model, computer program, or book ever could. Recently, we were asked by students if they could write a letter to the family of their donor. And the students said that the donor had taught them so much. That was the quote. And I want to share that letter with you. I'm going to withhold names. To the family of, thank you. We hope this letter will help you better understand the legacy of your loved ones, and therefore all of you have created. Our first day at anatomy, we got to meet someone we did not know. And throughout the year, we got to know your loved one. You see, our professors can only teach us so much with lectures and images. To fully understand the human body, we need to learn from the human body itself. Your loved ones, our silent teachers, taught us far more than any textbook or image could. Your loved ones gave us silent lessons on not only how to be human, about the human body is designed, but what it means to be human. While we got to know a lot about your loved ones, we still do not know anything about their loved one's life, their family, their dreams. But based on the generosity of their donation to our education, we think that they believe in something larger than themselves. We are truly inspired by their generosity. We honor and celebrate your loved one's life and their ability to give even after death. This is about the gift to their community as well as the world. Regardless of our chosen medical specialty, the knowledge we have gained from your family members will forever influence how we treat all those who seek our care. It is because of the selflessness and generosity of your loved ones that we were able to pursue our passions for the study of medicine and become physicians. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you to the donors and to you, their families and friends. Warm regards. Our first presenter today is Chandiramani. I just messed that up. She came to Wright State after completing her bachelor's degree in biology at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. She is currently a teaching assistant in the medical students and is a research associate here and at Miami Valley Hospital. Chandni?
Thank you so much for allowing me to share my gratitude for the depth of knowledge and experience I have gained as a result of your family's generosity. As Rod said, my name is Chandni Chandiramani. I am a pre-medical candidate and possess a master's degree in anatomy. Prior to attending Wright State University to study anatomy, I worked as an STNA, a nursing assistant. Working in elderly care, I commonly overheard conversations between my patients and their families about plans for after death. Honestly, this was a discussion that horrified me. They were speaking about my patient, my friend, Jane Doe, the one I cared for every day, the 82-year-old with the strongest wit, whose kind spirit warmed my soul. I couldn't fathom anything beyond her current state. Eventually, Jane brought up the idea of an anatomical gift program similar to ours. It was then that I understood the importance of these conversations. When I first began the anatomy program at Wright State, I realized the impact of Jane and her family's contributions. Tactile learning from those who so selflessly donated to our program was the only way to holistically learn anatomy. These donors have taught me more than any textbook ever could. Anatomy is the foundation on which my future training as a medical student will begin. This training will one day make me a doctor who can treat with compassion and an in-depth understanding of structure. Over the past few years, I have served as a teaching assistant for our undergraduate, nursing, and medical students. Through your contributions, I have personally seen the impact that your donations have had on hundreds of students, and each of them, as future healthcare professionals, will go on to heal thousands of others. I know the decision to share your loved ones with us was difficult, but I hope that you find solace in knowing the impact that they have had on our learning, as well as the fact that the knowledge that they have so selflessly given us will live on through the healing that we will provide to others. The contributions you have made have had an exponential impact, and that will continue for generations of patients. For this, I expressed my deepest gratitude for the impact your loved ones have had and will continue to have as their legacy lives on. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Our next presenter today is Rachel Kessler. Rachel comes from the Dayton area, and she earned her undergraduate degree in chemistry and German at the University of Dayton. Following graduation, Rachel was selected by the U.S. Department of State to serve as a Fulbright guarantee in Krakow, Poland, where she independently taught master's and doctoral students at the AGH University of Science and Technology. Rachel is currently a student in the Master's of Science in Anatomy program here at Wright State University. Her research in behavioral neuroendocrinology examines the link between early life stress, inflammation, and the development of mental health disorders. She hopes to become a physician and further explore the complex link between hormones and behavior and the endocrinologist. Outside of the classroom, Rachel volunteers with Hospice of Dayton, and she enjoys engaging the patients and their families in art therapy. Rachel?
In the fall of 2019, I began my studies in the Master's of Anatomy program here at Wright State University. I had never before set foot in an anatomy lab and was more than a little nervous. To be honest, I didn't know what to expect. I remember walking into lab on my first day with my group and meeting our first donor. After beginning dissection, my nervousness transformed into an intense interest. It was fascinating to see the back muscles that I learned about in lecture, and I could clearly see how they worked together to maintain posture and perform specific movements. My favorite memory from gross anatomy, though, came during heart dissection. Our donor had a huge heart. I mean, it was absolutely massive, easily 3 times the size of other hearts in the lab. I remember calling our professor over and showing her the heart. The first thing she said was, "Oh, he must have loved a lot of people." And while probably not the physiological reason for his enlarged heart, I think the sentiment is absolutely true. In life, he showed his love for his community through many philanthropic endeavors, and in death, showed his love for future generations with the generous donation of his body to further their learning. Unfortunately, my time in gross anatomy lab was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead of spending countless hours in lab learning from your loved ones, I turned to textbooks and virtual models. This experience taught me that truly nothing compares to learning anatomy directly from anatomical donors. It was my profound honor to have been taught by your loved ones. Their willingness to share themselves for pedagogy is noble, and their generous donations positively impacted my learning and my life. I now have the privilege to pass along what I've learned to undergraduate students as a teaching assistant for undergraduate anatomy labs. In this role, I teach nursing, pre-med students, and biomedical engineering students the anatomy that is the bedrock for their future careers. My students love learning about the heart. All of the valves, arteries, and chambers are absolutely fascinating to them. And what I love about teaching is seeing my students have a moment where they realize the magnitude of the gift your loved one provided. Every time I teach the heart, I'm reminded of the love the donors displayed through their generous gifts. Your loved one's donations also make possible a unique program provided by Wright State, the Human Anatomy and Physiology Interactive, or Happy Lab, possible. And I admit it's kind of a strange moniker to call it Happy Lab, but through Happy Lab, high school students in the Dayton area have the unique opportunity to come to Wright State and learn directly from anatomical donors. They've studied anatomy in school, but this is their first opportunity to see the structures that they've learned about in person. For me, an unexpected joy of Happy Lab is mentoring many first-generation college students as they pursue careers in healthcare. I strongly believe your loved ones would be thrilled to know that they've inspired countless young students to pursue higher education. Your loved ones have taught me so much more than anatomy. They taught me that there are people in this world that selflessly give of themselves. Through their compassion and empathy, they've inspired countless students. Working with your loved ones has left me with a profound sense of respect and appreciation for their gifts. Through their selfless act, I have learned so much and will take what they taught with me as I become a physician. I would like to take a moment to recognize you and your sacrifices as well. I know your loved ones did not make this decision lightly. Thank you for honoring their wishes and for entrusting us with their care. I hope you find comfort in learning how your loved ones helped so many students. On behalf of the Wright State Anatomy Master students, undergrad students, and Happy Lab participants, I humbly thank you and your loved ones. They will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Our next presenter, Joshua Krech. He has a Bachelor's of Science in Biology from Ohio University, a Master's of Science in Anatomy from Wright State University here. In August of 2020, he received the Galen Award. The Department of Neuroscience, Cell Biology, and Physiology annually gives the Galen Award to a student who has achieved the highest combined grade average in the 4 core graduate anatomy courses. He is currently a PhD student in anatomy at The Ohio State University in Columbus School of Medicine. Josh.
Hello, everyone. I first want to thank you and your loved ones for their generous gift. such a selfless act that has impacted so many students, including myself. The opportunity that the Anatomical Gift Program offers to future healthcare and future educators is crucial to their understanding of the human body. The time spent in the cadaver labs truly outweighs any words written in a textbook. Learning all the unique names to every muscle, nerve, vessel, organ, tissue, and cell, while at the same time pondering the life that these structures have lived, helped me understand the complexity, beauty, and fragility of the human body and reminds me of what a blessing life is. Many long nights of studying when I was tired and unmotivated, I pushed through by reminding myself that the donor's last wish was to selflessly allow my peers and I to learn from them. This impelled me to be a student that, at the time, I didn't know I was capable of. My second year at Wright State, I had the opportunity to help teach the graduate microanatomy and gross anatomy courses as a GTA. This experience impacted my future career path, transitioning from becoming a physician to now educating future physicians. To the families of the donors, I want to leave you with the memory of your loved ones and express my appreciation and the impact that your loved ones have made. The foundations of my anatomical knowledge will always be rooted in the experience I had in those first cadaver labs at Wright State. Their impact reaches far beyond just the students who learn from them, because those students go on to treat thousands of patients. Learning the intricacies of humanity from your loved ones and passing that knowledge on will be a legacy that I promise to carry on throughout my career as an anatomical educator. I will leave you with a quote that I found in my notebook from my first anatomy course in undergrad. To teach is to not only have mastered the material, but to have the passion to share it with others. And I thank you for the passion your loved ones have shown. They truly are the exemplary teachers. I will continue to help facilitate the knowledge that they have offered to share. Thank you.
Kameron Willis is our next presenter. He's a second-year medical student from Cleveland, Ohio. For his undergraduate education, he attended Morehouse College, where he earned his Bachelor's of Science degree in biology. And here at the School of Medicine, he was recently appointed as the president of the American Association of Neurological Surgeons chapter. In addition to this, he has previously been pivotal in a student-run surgical research project that aims toward preparing students in surgery for their surgical career. And he's a member of the school's admissions committee. Kameron is interested in specializing in orthopedic surgery and neurosurgery. And as an inspiring physician and healthcare administrator, it is Kameron's mission to be a health advocate in both policy and in practice. Kameron?
I would first like to thank you all for joining us and paying homage and tribute to your loved ones. I want to share with you guys a little bit of perspective on the medical student and how much this means to our journey. Coming in as a medical student, first year we start off about 4 or 5 weeks, biochemistry, straight textbook work. And for many of us, our first exposure to the human body is that first anatomy lab. We go in, we have a task, dissect this, learn this muscle, learn these nerves, but that's just a list, but it's not the objective of the situation. And so during that first week, I went in and I had a partner, and that partner became very emotional during our dissection. And I asked them, are you okay? Do you need assistance? Do you need help? They said, I just need to step out for a second. And I said, I understand, that's okay. They stepped out. I believe they walked around the building, calmed their nerves, and they came back a new person, excited to dissect, excited to learn the human body. And I asked them, what happened and what changed. And during their walk around the university, they said they ran into a loved one of someone who had been a donor to our Anatomical gift program. And that loved one shared with them how passionate that they were to be a donor in this program, and how passionate their family was that they were being a donor in this program and helping students become doctors. And from that, I learned that it's not just about dissecting the human body and learning the human body, but there is such a big humanistic aspect to what we're doing, and it's actual people that we're taking care of. And we're changing the future for tomorrow, and I want to thank each and all of you for paying a huge aspect in making the doctors of tomorrow. So on behalf of the medical students of Wright State University, I want to thank you guys for trusting us with your loved ones and being a contributing factor to making the future doctors of tomorrow. Thank you.
As we conclude today's programs, all of our guests are invited to visit the Rockfield Cemetery, where you can see what was the resting place for many of our donors. If you'd like to go to the cemetery, please go out to the front of the building where you entered today, and we have buses that are ready to transport you to the cemetery. Please know they will run on a continuous loop until we have everyone back from the cemetery. We won't leave anybody behind. And today, we've shared with you how your loved ones have impacted the knowledge and structure and function of the human body, our current and future careers, and all of our lives. Your loved ones' donations have made and will continue to make a positive impact on the thousands and thousands of people. So once again, I want to thank everyone for attending today's memorial program, and at this time we'll have a moment of silence to remember your loved ones. Thank you very much.